Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Koper. Millions of unspent funds from the Federal CARES Act months ago in New Hampshire have been unspent so far. And they have to be spent before December 31st or they go back to the federal government. $1.25 billion in federal stimulus funds were originally received by the state. $1.248 billion has been allocated to businesses in various programs. $866 million has actually been spent, but another $381.9 million has not been spent and would have to be returned by December 31st if it isn't. Now there's a second round of funding in a program called the Main Street Program. It's underway. The first round in the spring and early summer, $342 million went to 5,393 businesses. And then the second round, which is underway at the moment, although the application period is closed, is $100 million to 4,200 businesses. There's a long list of programs, other programs and funds in New Hampshire that have either received stimulus funds, haven't spent them, or are waiting to receive them. Here's the list. You can see it for yourself. Housing relief, broadband expansion, healthcare providers, and right down the list, all the way back down to cities and towns. With me to talk about all this is the person who is directing the stimulus funds in New Hampshire. He happens to also be the commissioner of the New Hampshire Department of Business and Economic Affairs, Taylor Caswell. Welcome, Taylor.
Hey, Fred. Good to see you.
Is all the unspent money going to be allocated to the programs in New Hampshire that I just put up on the list, and probably some more before December 31st?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're going to have it all done by December. It's actually December 30th. They keep reminding us. I think the 31st is a weekend, so the federal government keeps reminding us. But I would say, we're on track to have that money spent down to zero by December 30th. The number that you put up, the $381 million, that's the amount of money that has been remaining. We've actually seen a lot more of that spent. And we're down somewhere around $38 million that remains available for what's left. The issue is, Fred, that we've got funds that are going to sort of the broadband fund is one where we aren't going to be able to spend all the money that's been allocated to that program.
Actually, mentioning broadband, Commissioner, here's an example of one program, as you know, that was allocated stimulus funds, but most of it not spent, at least up to the point that I'm aware of. $50 million allocated for expansion in underserved areas in New Hampshire without broadband or without enough speed. There are $1.398 million spent, $48 million unspent, but that's not easily spent, is it?
No, the broadband program in particular is a tough one because that's not any lack of dedication on anyone's part in terms of getting broadband out statewide. I think it's really a question of the fact that we have to have this money spent by December 30th. And if whatever we don't spend by that time, we have to send back to the federal government. So what we have to do with programs like the Broadband Fund is make a realistic determination as to how much is going to actually be spent, and then pull back what isn't going to be spent and reallocate it towards the end of the year.
And just for the viewers' sake, I mean, that's so important for telemedicine, especially up in the rural areas, and for students that are going to school from home and have to have high speed to do that. There are stories of people in New Hampshire having to go to other towns in order to do their telemedicine or go to school. So that's so important. The pandemic's getting worse, as we all know, and more stimulus funds are not coming from Congress. At least it doesn't appear so at the moment, anytime soon. And more small businesses are being pushed over the edge, as you know, Commissioner, and their employees are losing their paychecks and their benefits. What can the state do without stimulus funds?
Well, where we are right now is that for the most part, I think we've been able to weather a good portion of the economic storm over the last couple of months. Gopher back several months ago really pushed out the first $300 million worth of business support programs in June and July, when a lot of states didn't get to that till September, October. And in total now, we've been able to pump almost $500 million into small business support programs over the last couple of months. And I think that has given us a little bit of a bump and also kept our unemployment rate, surprisingly low. I mean, we're in the 5% range. And given that where we were at 17%, that still is looking pretty strong. Now, getting us through the next couple of months will be hopefully we'll be continuing the programs and the business support programs that we've had in place, giving businesses an opportunity to spend those down, address their revenue numbers, keep their heads above water, and get us to a stimulus package when we'll be able to get some more money into the economy, hopefully.
Thanks, Taylor Caswell, Commissioner of the New Hampshire Department of Business and Economic Affairs and Director of the Governor's Emergency Relief and Recovery Office. Thanks, Taylor.
You bet, Fred. Good to see you.